No, I'm not from California. I am from the great, miraculous, amazing, marvelous state of New York, just in case you got confused by the sweater. So let's get into it. Today I'm going to be giving you all my top 5 favorite books that I read during the year of 2020. So around March 2020, I think I started a book club, and here's a little cute picture of all of us here. But yeah, so I started a book club and we were reading some pretty interesting books. So today I'm going to give you my top 5 reads for all of 2020. So I'm going to read the description on the back and then give you a rating and then basically give my review of the book. We're going to start from number 5 and work our way up to number 1. Behind Closed Doors by B.A. Paris. Everyone knows a couple like Jack and Grace. He has looks and wealth. She has charm and elegance. He is a dedicated attorney who has never lost a case. She is a flawless homemaker, a masterful gardener and cook, and dotes on her disabled younger sister. Though they are still newlyweds, they seem to have it all. You might not want to like them, but you do. You are hopelessly charmed by the ease and comfort of their home, by the graciousness of the dinner parties they throw. You like to get to know Grace better. But it is difficult because you realize Jack and Grace are inseparable. Some might call this true love. Others might wonder why Grace never answers the phone, or why she can never meet for coffee even though she doesn't work, how she can cook such elaborate meals but remain so slim, or why she never seems to take anything with her when she leaves the house, not even a pen, or why there are such high security metal shutters on the downstairs windows. Some might wonder what's really going on once the dinner party is over and the front door has closed. So basically, this book was a psychological thriller. It was great every step of the way until you got to the end. The ending was a little bit of a letdown, and for that reason, I'm going to give this a 6 out of 10. Before I Go to Sleep by S.J. Watson. Memories define us, so what if you lost yours every time you went to sleep? Your name, your identity, your past, even the people you love, all forgotten overnight. And the one person you trust may be telling you only half the story. Welcome to Christine's life. But to me, this was a solid read. Like I enjoyed reading it. I mean, it's like back and forth with like, oh, I remembered this. Oh, I might have forgotten this. And then the ending, it like comes abruptly. Even though you spent this whole book finding things out. But like I said, I did like it. I kind of knew certain things from the jump from reading it. So I definitely would recommend. And I'm going to give it a 7 out of 10. The Wedding Date by Jasmine Gullery. I vowed to take thee as my date, to pretend to have and to hold, from rehearsal dinner to reception and till Sunday do us part. Agreeing to go on a wedding with a guy she gets stuck with in an elevator is something Alexa Monroe wouldn't normally do. She's definitely not the spontaneous type, but there's something about Drew Nicholas that's too hard to resist. Drew has never found it hard to meet women or to know just when to leave them. But now, on the eve of his ex's wedding festivities, he's minus a +1 until a power outage strands him with the perfect candidate for a fake girlfriend. From the best man's toast to the bouquet toss, Alexa and Drew have more fun than they ever thought possible. Before they knew it, Drew has to fly back to Los Angeles in his job as a pediatric surgeon. And Alexa heads home to Berkeley, where she's the mayor's chief of staff. And neither of them can stop thinking about the other. They're just two high-powered professionals on a collision course towards the long-distance dating disaster of the century, or closing the gap between what they think they need and what they truly want. This is a nice little cute love story. It's not like anything like, thriller. No, it's like a nice little cute romance story. The main character is a Black woman, which I stan, and the man is a white man. But it is really cute. This is like the start of the whole kind of like series. And I genuinely love it. It makes you feel so nice inside. You really connect with the characters. And I kind of started reading this with my friend. So I read this outside of my book club. But yeah, it's just really cute. It makes you all a little giddy inside, makes you wish you had love. You know, that's the type of book this is. And that's why I would give it a 7.5 out of 10. Before We Were Yours by Lisa Wingate. Book number 2 is the definition of why you should never judge a book by its cover. Memphis, 1939. 12-year-old Rural Foss and her younger siblings live a magical life aboard their family's Mississippi River shanty boat. But when their father must rush their mother to the hospital one stormy night, Will is left in charge until strangers arrive in force. Wrenched from all that is familiar and thrown into a Tennessee Children's Home Society orphanage, the Foss children are assured that they will soon be returned to their parents. But they quickly realize the dark truth. At the mercy of the facility's real-life director, the cruel Georgia Tan, Will fights to keep her sisters and brother together. Aiken, South Carolina, present day. Born into wealth and privilege, Avery Stafford seems to have it all: a successful career, a handsome fiance, and a lavish wedding on the horizon. But when she returns home to help her father weather a health crisis, a chance encounter leaves her with uncomfortable questions and compels her to take a journey through her family's long hidden history on a path that will ultimately lead either to devastation or to redemption. This book goes back and forth between the main character, Rill, who's like the 1939, like her past and what she's experiencing, and Avery, who is the main character in present day. And both of their stories intertwine. I'm not going to tell you how, but they do. So let's get into this. I love this book so much because it really made me cry. Like there's very few books that can make me cry. So looking at the cover, I would have never picked this up, I'm not gonna lie. But after I sat there and read it and really was into the story, I was hooked. And it really did choke me up a lot. Like I was very, very choked up throughout reading this book. It is a 10 out of 10. I really like this book because it, like I said, it's so crazy, the storyline that it goes on, and it grips you. It was very beautifully written. The ending was good. The beginning was good. Like I really liked this book. Oh, let's get into these little shameless plugs before we get into number 1, The Naked Soul. So my good sis Adrienne Monroe, that I went to high school with, published a nice little poetry book. And look at the cover, the details. Look at that, just beautiful. And it just goes, it's just beautiful, beautifully written, beautiful pages. It goes into her life, and I suggest y'all get this. Put yourself onto The Naked Soul by Adrienne Monroe by Versal, aka V. I bought this book. This book came into my life through my mom's friend, and I swear to God, I loved it, y'all. So get yourself this little poetry book too. Shameless plugs, free, and The Naked Soul. Number 1 book. Can I get a drum roll, please? The Wedding Party by Jasmine Guillory. Maddie and Theo have 2 things in common. 1, Alexa is their best friend. 2, they hate each other. After an oops, we made a mistake night together, neither one can stop thinking about the other. With Alexa's wedding rapidly approaching, Maddie and Theo both share bridal party responsibilities that require more interaction with each other than they're comfortable with. Underneath the sharp barbs they toss at each other in a shimmering attraction that won't fade. It builds until they find themselves sneaking off together to release some tension when Alexa isn't looking, agreeing they'll end it once the wedding is over. When the wedding date is suddenly pushed up and they have only a few months left of secret rendezvous, they find themselves disappointed that the end is near. 2 people this different can't possibly have a connection other than purely physical, right? But as with any engagement with a nemesis, there are unspoken rules that must be abided by. First and foremost, do not fall in love. So it's another love story with 2 Black characters. It was a great little escape from everything that was going on with coronavirus and police brutality. And just everything being stuck in the house, just all of that. It was a nice little release from all of that. It gave me this nice little teeny bopper love story that, we all love to love. And I would definitely rate this book specifically a 10 out of 10 because I just love the relationship between Maddie and Theo. And this is the perfect in-between mix for young adults, and we recommend this. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thank you for listening to me talk about my top 5 favorite books for 2020. And all these books can be found and bought on Amazon, even free. and The Naked Soul. Well, The Naked Soul has a different link. I'll put it in the, Jesus, the yellow is crazy. There we go. You guys know what I mean. Yes. So, and The Naked Soul, I'll make sure to put the link to The Naked Soul in my bio too. And yes, hope you guys enjoyed the video. Peace.